Hello, welcome to another Neuro Pilates class with me. Today we're going to be focusing on the brain stem. If you take your hand like this, place your thumb inside, put your fingers over the top. Your thumb represents your brain stem, your hand represents your brain, and your forearm represents your spinal cord. So the brain stem sits right here at the entrance to your skull, and it's responsible for all the systems in your body that you don't have to think about to action. So your involuntary systems, that's your ability to breathe, your heart beating, your digestion, and many other things. So today we're going to do a lot of breath exercises to create a state of high carbon dioxide in the blood. And what will happen is when we create a high level of carbon dioxide, you will take in a lot more oxygen into the cells of your body when we do breathe in. Please take it to a level that feels okay for you, and only do what feels comfortable. And the only thing you're going to need today is a soft Pilates ball with very little in it, because we're going to use that when we're on the floor. So let's get started. Okay, so you're going to take yourself onto your mat, and I just want you to place one hand on your chest and one hand just between your ribs. Make sure you feel your feet firmly on the ground, and then close your eyes if that feels good and start to pay attention to your breath. So your breath is that one system in your body that you can step into the driver's seat on to change. But if you don't want to drive, it's a self-driving vehicle, this car that you are driving. That's how I like to think of our bodies. And we're doing great maintenance on it right now to make sure that it lasts a long time. All right, so beginning to now see if you can just breathe into the space where your lower hand is, keeping the upper chest and hand still. And what's happening is in our respiration is we have this big muscle called the diaphragm. It's like two umbrellas that connect to each other under our ribs that allow the lungs to fill and empty. So as you feel the breath coming in, what's happening is the diaphragm is relaxing down, pushing the belly and the viscera out. And when you breathe out, the diaphragm has contracted up to release the breath from the lungs. And so today we're going to work a lot on strengthening and improving our tone of our diaphragm muscle, but also our abdominal muscles, which are the second muscles that help us to breathe well. Okay, so now we're just going to take our hands to our ribs, and I want you to feel them. Breathe into this space of your hands. And then exhale a nice slow breath out. Now a nice breath to do in Pilates to slow down our breath is to do a pursed lip or sh sound. So it looks like this. Kind of like you're blowing out a candle. So the next time you do this, I'd like you to try and keep your ribs wide and expanded after the in-breath and see what happens when you breathe out. So deep breath in. Keep the ribs expanded and start to breathe out. So it's going to be harder. You might feel a pulling sensation in your abdominal muscles. That's exactly what we're doing. We're strengthening the contraction of the diaphragm, emptying, emptying, emptying. Breath in and relax. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Place the hands on the ribs, expand on the in-breath. Exhale. Keep the ribs expanded. Keep exhaling. Keep feeling. Close your eyes if that helps you to feel that pulling sensation. We're really getting the abdominals to help us here. Good. Take a breath in and release. Okay. So now we're going to do the bolt test. And this is where we take a breath in, normal breath out, hold the nose, and then we wait. Wait until your body feels the first urge to breathe in. And when that arises, you breathe in. So it's the time between when you hold your nose and when you breathe in that we're going to count. So if you want to turn the video off, go and get your phone, and then you can see what the time is. Okay? All right, welcome back. So remember, the Bolt test is measuring your sensitivity of your body to carbon dioxide. So the more sensitive you are, the less able your body is to handle it. The less sensitive you are to it, the better. So if you're really sensitive to carbon dioxide, your score will be low. If you're not so sensitive to carbon dioxide, your score will be higher. Okay? And I'll tell you what the average score is once we've done it. So take a nice breath in. Exhale. Plug your nose. So you turn your timer on when you hold your nose. That's it. Just relax. As soon as you feel that urge to breathe, turn the stopwatch off and take a look at your score. Okay, most people will be pretty much done by now. Remember, when you breathe in, easy breath. If you took a huge breath in, then you waited too long and you should try the test again. All right, so look at your score. We're looking for a score of about 25 seconds to show that you have a good ability to deal with carbon dioxide in your bloodstream, okay? Anything less than that, and you're quite sensitive to it. Wearing a mask during this COVID time is going to build up that carbon dioxide. So it's actually a good thing for helping you to become less sensitive to carbon dioxide, but it's just a marker. So as we repeat at the end of the class, you'll see how you do. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of shoulder rolling, and we're going to move into our first exercise, which is called our breath hunger. Good. And then just do a couple of little turns, lifting one heel and then the other as you spin from side to side. Good. Just loosening up, preparing ourselves. Good. And then a little stretch. So hand on your hip, just lean over to one side. Inhale back up. And exhale, lean to the other side. So we're just stretching the side waist so we can breathe a little easier. Stretching those muscles between our ribs. Okay, so we're going to feel our nostrils. Which one is more open? So my right is more open right now. So I'm going to close my right and I'm going to start to march on the spot. Now what I want you to do throughout this series is to keep your mouth closed and keep doing the exercises. If it feels too much, then I'd like you to slow down the pace, but keep going. And please try not to breathe unless you absolutely feel you have to. And that means you're probably doing too much. You come back to an easier exercise. We're going to create this sense of breath hunger as the carbon dioxide builds in our body. And at the end, we're going to take a delicious, huge breath in. And you're going to feel this whoosh of really nice, calm feeling run over your body. Okay, let's start to increase the body's need for oxygen. So the more we work our big leg muscles, the more the body says, give me oxygen. But you're only letting a little trickle in right now through that one nostril. So we're not getting as much as the body would like. And that's how we get that buildup of carbon dioxide in the body. Okay, so now we're going to start to do some squats. So bend, make sure the weight is in your heels. Obviously, I can't do this because I have to speak. So hope you're okay. Again, slow down, walk back on the spot if you're feeling this is too much for you. Listen to your body always in the class. Do what feels okay for you. That's it. Good. Just a couple more. Building up. Good. And now we're going to do some side lunges. So step to the side and to the side. That's it. Good. Let's just do a few more. It's going to be so nice, that breath in at the end. Last two. Last one. Okay, take a big breath in. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale. Okay. Check your nostrils. So that's an example. Maybe take a moment just to feel the oxygen coming into your body. So when you do this, much more oxygen gets flooded into the cells of your body. So let's come to the back of the mat. We're going to do our Pilates roll down. Breath in. Exhale, roll all the way down. Bend your knees. First stop would be elbows on the knees. If that feels okay, then maybe let the arms go a little lower. Shake your head. We invert the head like this. A lot of blood rushes into the head, so just make sure to come up really slowly, so no dizziness. Make sure your heels are a little further out than your toes. That will help your pelvis and hips to get a nice bit of space. Inhale to prepare. And then as you exhale, start to roll back up one vertebrae at a time. Crack, crack, crack. Beautiful. Little roll of the shoulders. Let's lift the arms up. Inhale as you exhale, hands down, and let's roll down all the way to the floor this time. So bend your knees as much as you need and come onto your hands and knees. And spread your fingers out under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Get nice and comfortable. So we'll start with our classic cat-cow. So letting the belly drop, gazing forward with that breath in. Start to exhale and feel the back round. So we always want to exhale when we're rounding our back, curving forward. And that way we get the help of our abdominal muscles to help us to exhale. And whenever we lengthen our exhale, we get a nice parasympathetic or relaxed response, bringing our body into a calmer state. Okay, let's just do one more. Good. So now we're going to come to sit, and we're going to do another breath exercise called Kapalabhati. And this is a movement that is done in yoga classes. It means skull cleansing breath. And what it does is, again, you get the sort of heady feeling, a buildup of carbon dioxide in the body, which gives you a kind of wheezy feeling. So if that happens, don't worry. But it's very good for visceral tone, for the vagus nerve. This is the longest of the cranial nerves, and all 12 cranial nerves start in the brainstem and spread out. And it is a good exercise to do to calm and relax the body. So we're going to start with an exhale through the mouth, and you focus on doing sharp, short exhalations, and the in-breath will happen by itself. So it looks like this. Okay, so we're going to do 15 of those, and then we're going to take a nice big breath in and do a second set. So sitting up nice and tall. Again, having a cushion under here might be helpful if your knees are a little high. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. And exhale. Now, the traditional way to do this is to exhale through the nose. So do have a tissue ready, because sometimes things come out and land somewhere. If it doesn't feel comfortable, then please return to the open mouth version. So let's try again. Full, strong exhalation through the nostrils, if you wish. Breathe in. Deep breath in. And relax. Okay, so either that felt okay or it didn't. This time, if you want to, we're going to engage the pelvic floor muscles as we exhale. There is a video I did specifically on this exercise, which you can see on my YouTube channel. The link is in the show notes below. And there you can practice longer with me to get the technique at a closer position. Okay, let's do one more set. Thinking about drawing the pelvic floor muscles in and up on the exhale toward the belly button. Take a breath in. Deep Breath in and let it go. We're just going to add a twist now. So take your right hand to your left knee, turn and do 10 of these Kapalabhati, either with the mouth open or through the nose. Inhale to prepare. And 10. Take a breath in, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right and begin. Exhale completely. Breath in to prepare. And relax. Okay, let's come down onto the mat now. So have your feet hip distance apart. Take a hold of the back of your knees and start to round your back as you slowly roll down to the mat. So let's focus again on our lower back and feeling that natural curve. We want to use this opportunity to practice our pelvic tilts again, so that imprinting of our back onto the mat. So place your fingertips on your pelvic bones, take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, imagine that cherry tomato being squashed into your mat, and then release. Exhale, feel it be squashed as you press down and release. And just moving with your exhale and inhales, feeling that rocking motion as your pelvic bones tip closer to your ribs and then away. Okay, so now we're going to add some abdominal work. So take your hands behind your head, interlace them, and then start to lengthen your shoulder blades back away from your hips. I want you to start to lift up your chest away from the mat, so your shoulders come off the floor as you exhale, but keep your elbows in your peripheral vision so they don't come in close and do the work. Take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, squash that tomato and start to lift up, gazing between your legs. Inhale, relax back down. Exhale first. So the exhale helps you to start to come up. So make sure that you don't come up until you've started to breathe out. Shh. And I like to do a shush sound. You can do a pursed lip sound as well. It just helps you engage more abdominal muscles. Exhaling as you rise. Good. Rest completely as you land. Start with that back pressing down into the mat and then start to lift. And just go as far as you can keep your abdominals from popping up. So we want to keep them nice and controlled, nice and strong. This is our powerhouse. So feel maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your head. They might come up a little bit, but we don't want a big pop. Yeah, so try to keep them integrated and down as you use the exhale to come up. Let's just do 2 more. Excellent. Okay, good. Take a rest for a moment. So now we're going to start to lift ourselves away from the ground. So I'd like you to push down into your feet. Feel the lower back press into the mat. And then as you start to inhale, start to lift yourself up into this bridge position. You can move your shoulders underneath you a little bit more. Good. Place your hands down by your side. Feel the strength of your legs. Try to engage your heels and pull them closer to your shoulders to activate all of those back chain of muscles. Good. And then start to slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time, trying to scoop your tailbone to let yourself drop. Good. Take another breath in to a neutral back. As you exhale, tilt the pelvis, and then start to inhale and lift yourself up. This time we're going to move the arms with the breath. So inhale, arms go back behind you. Exhale. Inhale, arms back. Try to make that exhale as long as you can. So using your own breath, sound, whatever works for you, to slowly, and let the fingers touch just when the last bit of air is gone. We'll do that one more time. Full breath in. Exhaling. And then slowly release down. Okay, our final set in this is going to be to hold on to our ribs and try to keep them expanded just like we did when we were standing, and exhale. So you'll feel that pulling sensation on the diaphragm muscle again. Again, we're strengthening it so it's able to help us to breathe more efficiently. All right, so let's take our hands down by our side. Take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, squash that tomato. Start to put weight into your feet. Inhale, lift yourself up. Get your hands around your ribs, elbows resting on the floor. Take a big breath in. Keep those ribs expanded. One more breath in. Expand the ribs and exhale. As best you can. That's it. Good. Last one. And then take a big breath in. Bring your hands down by your side. And then slowly release yourself back down to the ground. Well done. Hug your knees into your chest. Just massage your ankles from side to side. Maybe roll from side to side. Just feel your back relax. All right, let's roll onto our tummies now. And this is where we're going to use our ball. So lay your ball down where your belly is, and then just lie on top of it. And then relax. So this ball, you can stay completely still and just feel the pressure of the ball. It shouldn't hurt at all. There might be a little bit of like discomfort, but nothing painful. And then you might want to kind of sway your hips from side to side and let it move. You might want to move forward and back a little bit. Just have a little play. And this is just giving a really nice massage, moving all of the internal organs around. A little mini deep abdominal massage, which is very commonly done in Ayurvedic medicine, the oldest preventive form of medicine on the planet from India. Okay, so when you've done that, you can start to release, and we've got that nicely massaged. So we're going to take our hands into our Swan Prep position. So feet pushing down the front of your feet onto the corners of your mat. Let your forehead rest on the ground. And then as you push into your forearms, breathe in and start to lift your chest away from the ground. Exhale, lower back down. Remember to keep the back of your neck nice and long. Let the eyes gaze forward and then drop. Good. So feeling like the tips of your shoulder blades as you breathe in are pinning in towards your spine. And your collarbones are smiling forward. Sternum rising. Good. Last one. Okay, if you want to progress this movement, we're going to move to hover the arms away from the ground. So we inhale, hover them, and then we rest. Lift and lower. You feel the little tips of your elbows sort of squeezing back ever so slightly so your collarbones can keep smiling forward. Good. Waking up and strengthening all of those posterior upper back muscles that are going to give you good posture and keep your shoulders back so that your lungs have lots of room to breathe into. Good. All right, take a little rest, turn your head to the side. We're going to move now into dart pose, and there'll be some options for you. So we're going to take our arms out in front of us, palms together, drop the head down. Exhale to prepare. As you inhale, bend the elbows back, and then exhale, arms forward. So the legs remain firmly on the ground. Squeezing on the in-breath, relaxing on the out-breath. Good. Now, if you want to progress this, you can take the arms back by your side and then bring them forward. Out to the sides and bring them forward. Again, if you want to do half, just keep the elbows bent like we did in our Swan Prep and stay there. Good. Let's just do 3 more. Now this time with your hands back, I'd like you to try to pump your hands to the side of your legs. So keeping the back of your neck long, we're just pumping the hands as if we were going to touch the side of our body. We'll do that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Like a little pillow with the arms for your head. Just take a moment to rest or extend them back into dart position with your palms together. We're going to do another set. So take a moment to exhale. As you inhale, bring the arms back. And now pump the palms up toward the ceiling. So feet firmly on the ground, just lifting the chest away from the ground. Palms as if they're pushing up on something. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Ooh, working those shoulders and back muscles. Good. All right, so the next exercise we're going to do is going to be a combination. So we're going to take the arms out in front of us. Exhale to prepare. As you inhale, take the arms back behind you and then try to bring them forward and touch. Arms go out wide, they reach to the side, then they reach up and they come back down. Now, if this exercise is too much for your shoulders, come back to the half one. So you'll bend your elbows and then you'll extend back. Yep, so halfway or all the way back. Let's just do 3 more. Hands toward the sides, up and back. Rest in between. Let's just do 2 more. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Inhale as you rise. And exhale as you lower. Last one. That's it. Good. And release. Rest. Shake your hips. Bring your feet up. And just move your feet from side to side to release any tension in your lower back. Okay, place your hands under your shoulders and let's slowly push ourselves up into a child's pose. Just take a moment to rest. Feel the back nicely rounded. Take your hands forward if that feels okay. Or keep them under your head if that feels better. Breathe into the space in the back of your lungs. And let it go. All right, so we're going to come up for our next breath practice, and this is called hypoxia breathing, which means that we do the exercise without much breath. So we're going to do some push-ups, and you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 6 with 1 exhale. And there'll be a point when you don't have any breath, and you're still trying to do the exercise. So because the muscles are not getting oxygen, it puts us into a hypoxic state. And then we breathe in, and we get a lot more oxygen, as I said, into the cells of the body. So do what feels right for you, as many as feels comfortable. And we're going from 1 to 6, and stop whenever you feel the need to breathe, you breathe. Okay? Different options for doing push-ups. We can start here with ourselves in this cat-cow position. Take a breath in, and we're just going to breathe out and in. So feeling the muscles working before we start to add the hypoxia breath part. If you wanted to progress it, you could bring yourself into this position and do push-ups like this. So just find the right position for you and do a few just to warm up the muscles so they know what's coming. Okay, good. So having found the position that feels right for you, we're going to start with 1 exhale and 1 push-up and work our way up. So take a breath in. Exhale. Good. So now we're going to do 2 push-ups with that 1 exhale. Breath in to prepare. Exhale. All right, let's do 3 push-ups. Breathe in to prepare. 1 exhale. Breathe in. 4 push-ups. So that was the end of my breath. I'm in a hypoxia state now. We're going to go for 5. Take a breath in. Exhale. Final breath in, 6 push-ups. Again, stop whenever you need to. Inhale. Exhale. Ooh, big breath in. Okay, so that's that feeling of breath hunger, and your body wants breath. The brainstem saying, give me more oxygen. And you're pushing it to fight for that oxygen, which is going to improve the whole of your cardiovascular system. All right, let's come to do some exercises. Seated, so taking your feet out in front of you and just rotating your ankles around one way and then the other way. Good. All right, so we're going to bring our feet into a diamond shape, or we're going to cross our legs and do some thoracic mobility. So we're going to hold on to our opposite elbow, have our elbows in line with our shoulders, sit up nice and tall through your spine, feel your sit bones holding you firmly on the ground. Take a breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, turn slowly to the left. Inhale back to center. And then slowly to the right. Good. So working on the out breath to help you turn. And why does out breath help you turn? Because you're using your abdominal muscles. And when your abdominal muscles engage, your lower back can relax and turn. So you may wish to move into goalpost or cactus arms. Inhale, exhale. Now I encourage you to do the long exhale through pursed lips, or the sh sound, and go back for as long as the exhale lasts. So inhale here. Shh. So notice that as you increase the exhalation, you might feel a little bit more ability to rotate. Okay, we're going to take our legs out now. You can have your knees slightly bent if there's a tightness in the hamstrings. Again, sitting on a cushion might be good if there's tightness there. And we're going to do this head to knee. It's called the saw pose. So we're going to take our arms out. We're going to breathe in. Feet are in a V shape, our legs in a V shape. Twist to the side. Exhale. The saw goes down the side of your baby toe side. Your hand goes behind you, and then you come back up. Twist a little bit to the other side. Extend the arm to the outside of the foot. I like to think of it as bowing for my audience. Thank you so much. Very grateful, and down I go. Good, so the saw, I think, is this kind of chopping of the hand. Twist and rotate. This is a nice exercise for thoracic mobility and for hamstring length. Exhale. So really focus on those long exhales. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. Shh. Good. And extending that arm. Shh. Head bows toward the knee so the back is very rounded here. Let's just do two more. Shh. Last one. Okay, let's bring the feet in to the side. Place your hand over to the edge just in front of where your shoulder is. And we'll just do a nice side stretch. So take a breath in, reach up and curve, and then exhale, sit back down, touch your foot. Inhale and exhale. You can allow your eyes to look down at the mat or to point in front of you. Whatever feels good. One more time. Good. If any of you want to try the next version of this, bring your back foot onto the floor, and then you come up onto both feet and then land. Reach over and sit. Good. So choosing the one that feels right for you, and that's it. Okay, swing the legs around to the other side. Place the hand just in front of your shoulder. Exhale to prepare. Inhale and arch. I love this pose. It feels so nice to just stretch the whole side body. Not something that we do very much in our everyday lives. Move with your breath in a speed that feels good for you. And then if you wish, bring the back foot up, and then reach. You may need to move the feet back a little further to get the right distance for you in this pose. Okay, last one. And then we're just going to come over onto our hands and start to walk back towards our feet. Just dangling here for a moment. Take a breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Okay, so now we're going to do that bolt test again. See how we go from the first one that we did. So take a moment to get your phone ready with your second count. And then we'll do a couple of exercises for the cranial nerves to finish. All right, so we're going to take a reset, take a deep breath in, exhale, close the nose. Remember that when you breathe in, you want to feel that it's an easy breath. It's not difficult. There's no trying to breathe, okay? And just see how you are. Good. So we're just at 20 seconds now. 25 seconds. Good. So anything over that is great. Finish with a couple of exercises for the face. So I'd like you to take your eyebrows and move them up and down. Now, if you happen to have Botox, you might not be able to do this very easily, but please try and do it anyway, because you need to work your facial muscles to keep them active and able to move. Good. Okay, rest. Now we're going to balloon our cheeks. Let them go. And then we're going to use our tongue to rub around our mouth. Okay, see how your face feels? We've just stimulated quite a few of the cranial nerves. We're going to finish with one breath exercise called Bromari. This again comes from yoga. It's a very long, slow humming sound that sounds like a bumblebee. So I'd like you to take your arms up into the air, take a breath in, and then exhale. Breathe in. I want you to feel all the vibration in your face, your cheeks, your nose, stimulating all those cranial nerves, stimulating the vagus nerve in particular, which is going to give you a lovely calming effect on your nervous system. And then rest. So I hope you're feeling more calm, more relaxed after all that oxygenating we did through our hypoxia and breath hunger exercises. I'd love your feedback. Love to see you back here again. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.